Somewhere out in the hills of the Anatolian Peninsula, 4,427 Eastern Romans stand bravely and defiantly against an invading force of Zoroastrian Sassanid Persians, numbering 8,070 strong. That's a lot of Persians. Though we lose and the Zoroastrian horde does win, we inflict a lot of casualties on them, and of course that's going to stop their invasion and halt it for a bit so they can replenish. You guys know how this stuff works. Now, this was a good battle. We lost, but it was a good battle, and really and truly, it serves as a very appropriate part 2 for the last time I fought the Sassanids in battle. If you remember the last battle, it was like I crushed the Eastern Roman rebels, moved on to the Sassanids with my cavalry, using my combined cavalry force as a strike force, and just went in deep. Ended up getting them surrounded, and that's what lost, because then they had cavalry superiority and just ran down the rest of my troops that I had grouped. If you guys saw that battle, you know how that played out. Now, that's what happened the last time, and similar happened this time. Now, I did trick the Sassanid general that was across running in the beginning of the battle that was initially going to fight me, by making him angle his troops and then sending my cavalry around to hit the back of his troops. That was my plan. It worked. It wiped half of his army out quickly. I didn't take too many casualties, and so that happened. And then I was really confident because I also got some cavalry hits on the general that was attacking, the Sassanid general that was attacking my nearest ally. So then I just went back with my original plan of using my combined cavalry as a strike force and trying to strike them deep. Then we do end up being stopped by some Persian cataphracts, some heavy camel cavalry units, and they were backed by some elephants, so I had to keep breaking off and like regrouping. It was and then reattacking. It was a pretty messy situation, and you guys will see it. So yeah, it ends up being a very interesting battle where, just like the last one, I do very well, going into it in the beginning of the battle, and then as I start to get confident and start moving my cavalry out as a strike force, well, that's when problems start to arise. So yeah. So without further ado, let's see the battle. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to position my forces in the areas that I want them, and as you can see, I just moved my main force over to the far left of my area, and I'm going to march them over to a corner, and I'm going to lure the enemy out. Then I'm going to have my cavalry as a separate body. Here's my allies here. And then of course we have the Sassanid horde, which stretches as far as the eye can see, really, if you think about it. I mean, it's a lot. So there we are. So I'm moving my army over to the left so I can get the Sassanid general to face that and expose his rear to my cavalry. So that's what they are doing right now. They are making that mistake. I will take full advantage of that, as I planned to do. But first, the Sassanid general over here fighting my ally, they're also exposed these units right here are exposed from the back, so I go ahead and get some hits off on them with my cavalry, and boom, there you go, you see it right there. And I mean, that was a great hit right there. Look at those Sassanids that just dropped. I mean, we dropped a lot of them really quickly right there. And we had some more right there. There you are. I mean, look at that. That's wonderful. Wonderful. This is why I was so confident in this battle. Now here I did make a mistake. I charged a single body of their heavy infantry with my cavalry, thinking I was going to run down their heavy infantry. I wasn't able to run them down. I mean, look, they're holding strong and taking a lot of my cavalry over here down. and that's I think that's light cavalry I had over there. It's light, so I was thinking I was gonna go run them down. They didn't have much support immediately. They were kind of charging in by themselves, but they're a tough unit and they are able to fend off my light cavalry. So yeah, over here, as you can see, I've wreaked a lot of havoc and I've killed a lot of Sassanids pretty quickly, and that helped my ally out a bit. So as you can see, there's a lot going on over here, and my allies are getting surrounded. Though they are putting up a fight, they have a lot to contend against.
The leader of allies has been slain.
Okay, so I am moving my cavalry into the trap. I'm springing my trap that I set for the general that was across from me in the beginning of the battle. They are tied up, fighting my legionaries. My guys are tying them down. My foot soldiers are. And so here we are. Cavalry gets some great strikes back here on their archers. There's not really much to defend their archers, so their archers were just in the back and they're defenseless. They get ran down hard. And then I surround this group of Sassanids. So they're surrounded by my guys and they start running away. They're like, oh yeah, we can't do this. They get ran down. Yeah, so we're starting to make them run in terror. They're running away in fear. We killed a lot of them. My cavalry over here slam into more of them, and they run away. They're scared. So if you look, I still have a lot of my army intact, still healthy units that are very capable of putting up a great fight still. I still have a lot of strong men in this fight that can make a difference, even against the massive Sassanid horde that still remains. A lot of chaos right here as we just try to overwhelm what little bit is left on my side of the battlefield. Though on the other side of the battlefield, the Sassanids are starting to group up. There are some archers over here unprotected, so I do charge them with my cavalry. Of course, I destroy them. But like I say, the Sassanids are starting to get to the point that they've ran my allies out of the battlefield. They've either killed my ally at this point or they've chased them off. Very few units of my allies are still actually fighting men in this battle. And so the Sassanids are definitely grouping. I'm running down these archers. I killed basically that entire unit. And then here we are. So this is where I guess where I make my mistake. I didn't even see it as a mistake. I didn't even think of it as one. This unit right here of heavy cataphract cavalry, they put in a good stand. I mean, they put up a great fight right here. They're clearly outnumbered, and this is heavy cavalry I'm hitting them with. Now I do have to pull back because their elephants are getting close, and I'm like, whoa, and then they got archers and stuff. I'm like, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. And then as we pull back, you can look at the carnage. Both sides, heavy losses have been inflicted on each other. And then I pull back to get some distance from the elephants. As you can see, my army's regrouping. Still a lot of healthy men, But then I charge back and I try to hurry up and get rid of these heavy camel guys, and I'm trying to get rid of them, and they're just holding firm. I mean, these guys are putting up a great fight. I think they have high morale, probably because they're backed up by elephants. And I keep pulling my guys back because of the elephants. The elephants keep getting too close for comfort. And then I'm like, all right, hurry up and take these guys down. Come on, how long are they going to hold? But this is what screws me up. They destroy so many of my cavalry here. So this one unit of armored camels do so much, and look at the chaos as they charge some of their foot soldiers down. Some of my cavalry just pull out of the engagement. So those camels do finally break off. A lot of casualties, just pure carnage right here. A lot of our guys died, a lot of Sassanids too. And look, the Sassanids are regrouping hard. They are ready to face us. That's a lot of Persians. It's a lot of Sassanids, a lot of Sassanians. As on the contrary, I am also regrouping my guys. So what's left of my cavalry, not too many left compared to what I used to have. I mean, you can look at this carnage. It's so awful. And over here, you could see the consequence of that that engagement. Just all over the battlefield, there's all kinds of casualties. Some dropped elephants over there my allies got. So good on them for that. My cavalry over here, what's left of them, not too many. Fighting some cataphracts. So we find some cataphracts that we're going to try and wipe out of the battlefield. Of course, we have a lot to gain by dwindling down their cataphract forces. By doing that, we are making the battle winnable for what's left of our army, our foot soldier force. You want that ground force to be able to fight without being ran down by cataphracts. So I'm using what's left of my cavalry to run down these cataphracts. I still have a lot of men in this battle. I've got my archers shooting flame at these camels. Look at that, a lot of these camels end up dying. And isn't that satisfying to watch? For me it is. It was a unit of camels that screwed me over, so seeing some camels get dropped feels pretty good. And my general and all my cavalry. There he goes, my general drops. So they kill him and a bunch of my cavalry. Basically, what was left of my cavalry force dies right there. Or runs away and flees the battlefield. See a lot of carnage again. Where we face those cataphracts. It's pretty bad. I've got some soldiers over here pushed pretty high up. Killing more cavalry units. Another unit. I guess that would not be plural, that would be singular, and this is like one unit of camels. Chasing them down. Chasing them down. Saying, get back over here. We're mad at you guys. We're literally we are mad at camel units right now. Camel cavalry. Yeah, we're not too happy with those. We kind of have a thing against them right now. Here's some unarmored, lightly armored camels that are getting dropped. That guy flew off this camel. So then they have some heavy cavalry right here, and we can't really do much to stop them. I've got my guys fighting them, I've got my legionaries fighting them while my archers are shooting at them. It's not doing anything. This is pretty much where we lose with their armored cavalry running us down. The Assassins still have a lot of armored cavalry. This is my last healthy unit that's capable of doing anything. Trying to get rid of as many of them as I can. Of the Sassanid as I can, especially their cavalry if I can catch them. So here I do that.
They almost deserve to be slaughtered.
Yeah, that's basically it. That's basically the battle right there. And that's all that's left of them. They took a lot of casualties in this battle. They really did. So we inflicted 1,671 casualties on them, the most of any general, of any army. My allies, 1,007 casualties inflicted. That's pretty good. So, and then their highest was I can't pronounce that, Captain Shaharbaraz with 913. But they won. We did really good, especially in the beginning, but they did win that battle. It was a great battle still. It was, I mean, really, we were badly outnumbered and we still did very, very good. But where my cavalry got stopped by those armored camels backed by elephants, that was it. So anyways, that's the battle, and thank you for watching.